Pendergast is going to read to us about this Christmas truce that happened 102 years ago, 103 years ago? 105 years
now.
ago. This is Jerry Pendergast.
Truce in the trenches. We had a rather interesting time in the trenches on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We were in some places less than 100 yards from the Germans, and we talked to them. It was agreed in our part of the firing line that there should be no firing and no thought of war on these days. So they sang and played to us several of our own tunes and some of theirs, such as Home Sweet Home and Tipperary, while we did the same for them. The regiment on our left all got out of their trenches, and every time a flare went up, they simply stood there, cheered, and waved their hats, and not a shot was fired on them. The singing and playing continued all night, and the next day, Christmas, our fellows paid a visit to the German trenches, and they did likewise. Cigarettes, cigars, and addresses were exchanged. One of the German officers took a photo of English and German soldiers arm in arm with exchanged caps and helmets. On Christmas Eve, the Germans burnt colored lights and candles along the top of their trenches. And on Christmas Day, a football match was played between them and us in front of the trench. They even allowed us to bury all our dead lying in front, and some of them with hats in hand brought in one of our dead officers from behind their trench so that we could bury him decently. They were really magnificent in the whole thing. I have a very different opinion of the Germans now. Both sides have once more started firing, and are deadly enemies once again. Strange it all seems, doesn't it? W.R.M. Percy, London Rifle Brigade, 1914.
Jerry Pendergast.